So what I want to talk about today is an idea in communications you may have heard before. It's called the power of three. And really what that means is expressing your ideas in thirds. The way that we think as humans, the way that we absorb information, the way that we learn tends to be in threes. And if you'll notice, I did it just now in my previous sentence. I said this, I said that, I said that, right? I broke it up into three parts. And as people, that's how we receive information, we retain information. And for you as the presenter is how you're most likely to get your ideas across. So when developing a presentation, there's really two ways you want to apply the power of three. The first way is in the structure of your presentation. You want to structure your presentation so that you have an introduction or an agenda, you have the body of your presentation, and then you have a conclusion. So essentially, the way your presentation is going to flow is that you're going to talk about what you're about to talk about, you're going to cover your topics, and then you're going to recap everything you just talked about. By communicating in that way, giving the audience a preview of what you're about to talk about, going into depth on each one of the topics, and then recapping what you just talked about is going to more ensure that they retain the information and that you're persuasive. The second way you want to use the power of three is do not do a death by PowerPoint, right? We've all been in professional presentations in school where we've seen people present 50, 80 slide PowerPoint decks, death by PowerPoint. Try to boil your ideas down to just three ideas. Try to combine things together so that you have three main points that you're making in your presentation. Editing is key here. Whenever possible, combine slides together and minimize the number of slides you're actually presenting. You want to master the content, not read it from your slides, right? So an effective PowerPoint presentation, an effective sales presentation, any sort of effective presentation, you want to utilize the power of three. In structure, you have an introduction or agenda, the body of your presentation, and then a summary where you're going to recap everything you just talked about. And then for the ideas you're presenting, you want to limit those just to three. If you follow the power of three, your presentations will be much more successful, I promise.